Yeah, so this happened in like I want to say that was 2011. So this what happened, right? Now, this casino that I'm talking about where this took place, this is 2011. That casino currently is called the Cromwell, but back at this time it was called Bill's.
Bitch, you want all this pimping you can't afford. Perform like a punk, but want a winner's reward. Some suckers give you points, but bitch, you never scored. If you ain't paying pimping, then bitch, you getting ignored. Okay, I'm so sick of these.
So me and my partner, I ain't gonna say his name, I ain't gonna bust him out. But me and him, we in Bill's, right? And I can't remember if I think dude that complimented me on my suit or something. You know, when you fly in Vegas, man, this type of stuff happens all the time, right? But dude complimented me on my suit. So you got Dre's in there, right? And it's set up different now, but it used to be a bar next to Dre's, which Dre's is a club in the casino. So we at the bar next to Dre's, me and my partner. Now this partner of mine, like I said, I ain't gonna bust him out, but anybody who knows him knows one distinctive thing about him. This boy breath will delete you. His breath will kill flowers. You know what I mean? Like if he was around talking around some flowers, the flowers gonna fall over and get weak. You know what I mean? Like this man's breath, man, his breath is like the Grim Reaper. Like when his breath come for you, it's over with. You can't, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? His breath is the Grim Reaper for real. So, man, his breath ain't cool. But anyway, I'm getting traumatized just thinking about it. And I ain't been around his breath in a lot of years, you know what I mean? But it's traumatic to even talk about it, man. But I'm gonna get through it, man. I'm gonna get through it. So me and him right there, we chilling. I'm suited and booted, right? I got a white suit on. I'm clean as hell. And we meet this dude. He cool with the people at the door, right? So he walked past, he complimented me on my suit. Then we start chopping it up. He was like, "Hey man, I'm going to Dre's, man. Y'all want to come in with me?" He's like, "I can get y'all in." So we was like, okay, cool. Now we getting ready to go in Dre's, right? Now it's these two out of pocket ass 304s, right? We know they 304s just like they know we P's, right? But they see us getting ready to skip the line and go like through the VIP route. So they try to ride our coattail into the joint, right? Now my partner, like I said, he's standing right next to me. These two out of pocket 304s, they run up and try to like latch on to us so they can ride our wave into the club, right? So they both was nice looking, but one of them was like really nice looking. You know, mocha complected sister, fly from head to toe, known for being down around there, known for getting dough. She was messing with a reputable individual at the time. I ain't gonna say his name neither, but a cat out of New York, known for doing his thing real heavy in them days. But anyway, right? So the chick I'm talking about out of the two, right? The attractive one. So she like right next to me, right? You know, we all talking, her friend, the guy that's getting us in there, and my partner with this reach around breath, you know, that boomerang breath, like if he facing the opposite direction of you and he start talking, his breath is going to boomerang around and come back behind him and smack you in the face. He got that boomerang breath. So his breath traveled. Like y'all probably don't remember the Transformers. He had that cassette tape that'll come out his mouth or his chest or whatever and then run around and do his thing. That's how this boy breath was. You know what I mean? Like he could say some words and then them words was like physical. They was like tangible. Like you could touch his words in the air because his breath was so strong. His breath was so potent. So it's like he could say something and those words will leave his mouth and then they'll move around and start trouble with people. Like his breath would like release words and these words will go around, slap you upside the head, get in your face, go up your nose, get in your eyes, hit you upside the ear. You know, his breath was just like real aggressive like that. He could say words and these words would just get out and cause trouble. You know what I mean? So that's what these words had did. He said something and his words left his mouth and I guess they must have smacked old girl in the nose, right? So she was offended, understandably so. So she just like bold, just come out with it. She like, your breath stank. She was just bold with it. She like, yo, breath stank. Just straight up. Like she went from being real sweet and real cool, you know what I mean, trying to ride our wave into the club to just, yo, breath stank. So I'm like, damn, now I'm in a situation, right? Because I know who breath stank, but she don't know whose breath stank. So I'm trying to let her know that it's not me, But at the same time, I'm not trying to let her know who it is because I don't want to bust my partner out. Because you got to imagine we in front of a club and we're in a casino. So it's a lot of activity going on. It's a lot of people in the midst. It's a lot of people within arm's reach. It's crowded in this area. So this could be anybody's breath. But because I was the closest person to her at the time, she just assumed it was me. But I didn't want to reveal to her like it's my partner. You know, he got a disability, you know what I mean? He got halitosis. He get a check in the mail for his breath because it's a disability. You know, he's disabled. Like the government gives him a check for his breath. You know, I can't just tell her this because this is my partner and he got a disability and I ain't trying to bust him out about his disability. You know what I mean? Because it's like I done seen this man brush his teeth and he still got this breath. So it's a disability at this point. It's not like he don't be trying to do something about it. I don't know what the problem is, but it's a disability, right? But anyway, I'm not trying to let her know my partner's disability, but I'm at the same time letting her know it ain't me. So she like, yo, breath stink. And I'm like, you tripping. She like, nah, your breath stink. And so I kind of like lean over to her, right? And I'm trying to whisper to her, but because she think it's my breath, she won't even let me lean over and whisper to her because she think my breath is the one that's kicking like Van Damme. You know what I mean? She think I'm the one with the Liu Kang breath. So I can't even lean and whisper to her. I'm trying to lean over and whisper. I'm like, look, I smell what you smell, but it ain't me. You know what I mean? So I kind of like, she wouldn't let me get close. Cause she thinking I'm the one, but she did hear me say that though, right on the low. She heard me whisper that to her. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know, I smell what you smell, but it ain't me though. You know what I mean? Just letting you know. She get loud. She like, no, that's you. No, that's you. That's your breath. That ain't nobody else. That's your breath. So I'm like, damn, man, here we go. So I'm like, hey, you better chill out. You do know you talking to some more of it. And you do know you out of pocket right now. You really need to keep it cool. So she was tripping like that, right? But in spite of all of that, we all go into the club together still, right? All five of us, the guy who had the hookup, me and my partner, and then her and her partner, we all get into the club, right? But of course, they going in there to try to catch a date, right? So obviously, when we go in, we part ways. So, you know, it's a pretty decent sized area down there. It's kind of like sectioned off. They got a dance floor over here. They got another little area over here where you can kick it, so on and so forth, right? So they got tables and seats, like little booth areas you can sit. So this chick, man, I must have really offended her, man, by her thinking that this was my reach around boomerang ass breath, right? Because this is later. Like, we been in the club for a minute at this point, right? We done been in the club at least like 45 minutes, maybe an hour. So I'm not even thinking about this chick, man. We seeing each other in there throughout this time, like across the room and stuff like that. But I'm not even tripping off of this chick, man. She like really got aggressive with me, man. And I'm just like, man, all of this because I got a partner with a disability of bad breath that he can't do nothing about. I done seen him try and it just don't work. So I'm like, shit, boy, the shit you go through for your friends, man. So I walk past the chick, right? Now, when I walk past her, she's at this booth. And that's the cold part about it. Her and her friend, they talking to these tricks. They got some action. They probably about to catch, you know, a DJ. Man, I walk past this chick and she just say like something disrespectful to me, man. Like, oh, stank breath ass. Right? So I'm like, hey, man, you need to chill out. You being like hella disrespectful. She's like, nigga, shut your stank breath ass up. I'll do this to you. And now she threatening me. I'm like, damn. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, damn, is this what my partner be having to go through with this breath? Because I'm the man next to the man. I'm not even the man. I'm the man next to the man, and I'm going through some stuff behind this man's breath. So just imagine if you the man himself and you walking around with this breath every day. Boy, he must just be getting into it. He be starting gang fights. The Bloods and Crips probably start fighting because of his breath. The GDs and the BDs in Chicago, they probably really start fighting behind his breath. The A-Trays in the rolling 60s, man, they start beefing over this man's breath. Y'all think it was behind a girl and all this, nah, it was behind this man's breath. Like, he's responsible for gang wars. You know, he responsible for all that type of stuff, like World War II. You know what I mean? Y'all think it was because, you know, these different nations was disagreeing with, nah, it was behind this man's breath. back in I think it was 42 or whatever, when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. They bombed Pearl Harbor because he was over there in Pearl Harbor with that breath. It didn't have nothing to do with the government or none of that. Nah, the Japanese was like, man, he over there in Hawaii with that breath, man, we finna bomb his ass, you know? But anyway, man, I walked past the chick and she like getting at me hella disrespectful. So I ain't gonna lie. I let her know like, hey, listen, you really don't want me to put my goon hand down, but I will though. I will rearrange your hairstyle, you know what I mean? I will become George Lucas and put some special effects on your face if you don't leave me alone. But she's still aggressive. She's still talking crazy, right? So now at this point, we threatening each other. And do you know this chick, she picked up a glass. You know them like a glass that you drink a cognac out of, like them little round glasses, but you know they be thick at the bottom. Man, this chick picked that glass up and raised it to me like she was gonna hit me and threatened to do it. She's like, nigga, I'll knock you upside the head with this glass. So I'm hot at this point. So some white guys that was right there, they kind of got between us and they pulled me to the side and they was like, don't do it, man. It's not worth it, man. Don't let her ruin your night, bro. Don't do it, man. Like, come on, man. Just chill out, man. Like, hang out with us for a minute, man. Like, don't do it, man. Don't let her do that to you, man. She's not worth it, bro. She's not worth it. I listen to the white dudes, you know what I mean? I go kick it with them. And mind you, the whole time, my partner, he's seeing all of this going on, right? Like he catch the ass end of it. But so he was right there when we got into it at the door, going inside the club. Mind you, he know he the reason. He know he the reason behind this, and he just over there being quiet. He not even speaking up. Like, hey, shorty, you know what I mean? Excuse me, my bad, you know, but I'm the one with the breath. You know, I got a disability. It's not my partner. His breath actually smells good, but by my breath being so strong and us all being in the same vicinity, you thought it was him, but it's really me. Like, he not even speaking up. You know what I mean? He letting me go through this behind him. He know it's behind him. Soon as he heard the chick say, yo, breath stank, he immediately stopped talking. He ain't say nothing else after that. And he could have spoke up for a pimp. He could have let it be known like, hey, man, you know, this is my partner Freeze, man. He don't have that problem, but I do. You know what I mean? I get a check in the mail every month for my disability. I got halitosis. Government cut me a check. I can't even work because I got this breath. You know what I mean? I had a customer service job. They fired me for that because of my breath. My breath was causing disturbances in the establishment. Then I had a telemarketing job and I was, you know, talking to people, doing customer service over the phone. But, you know, my breath was traveling through the phone, smacking people upside the nose. So I couldn't do that job no more. Plus I melted a few phones. Talking, you know, phones is made of plastic. So I melted several phones. So now, you know, they put a case on me. They charged me with destruction of property because my breath was melting phones. So not only did I lose my job at the telemarketing job, but, you know, my breath is melting phones. So now I got a charge. So I'm currently on probation for that. But that's my breath. That's not him. He wouldn't even do that, man. He could have spoke up for a pimp. Then down in the club, he seen us getting into it again. He caught the ass end of it, but he seen it. And the whole time he noticed behind him. That's why I'm like, man, the stuff you go through with your friends, man. Hey, don't hang out with no partners, man, that have bad breath. Don't do it. No matter how cool they are, because my partner, that's the cold part about it. He cool. He a cool dude. He just got some horrible breath. And it's been like that. It ain't never been a time, and I've known him for years. There has never been a time that I've been around him and his breath wasn't his breath just wasn't a problem. His breath a problem all the time. And it's crazy because he be knocking hoes and he got a baby mama that he been having over 10. I don't know if he got her still. If he got her still, man, he been having her probably like 20 years, man. But back at that time, he had been having his baby mama for like 8 or 9 years, man. And his baby mama a chop bad. But I just used to think to myself like, damn, she cold. She deal with this breath every day. Crazy. But he be knocking, he be getting action. I don't know how, but he be doing it with that disability, man. It's crazy. That just go to show you, man, hey, to those of y'all out there, you might got a disability. Ain't no excuse, man. If this man with this breath could still knock hoes and do his thing, you can do anything. There's nothing you can't do. Maybe he might can get like some corrective surgery, like they gotta go down in his esophagus and maybe his lungs or something and operate in there, get whatever. It's like a dead animal went down in there and just like an animal went in there and just died and just been in there for years or something, man. I don't know if that's what I don't know if that's what happened, but that's probably what it was though. Like, you know, that little Boys in the Hood. Y'all want to see a dead body? It's one right up in his lungs or his esophagus or something. Yeah, tongue transplant. Nah, because it's deeper than just the tongue. Like, if he got a tongue transplant, that'll probably help a little bit, but he's still gonna have that breath. That's something internal. That's something deep down in his body somewhere, man. There's more to it than just his tongue. Because that's what I'm saying. I done seen him brush his teeth before and still had that breath. Motor culture, you crazy. So basically, to this day, the 304 think it was you, Freeze. She probably do. Like, if she was to see me, it's probably beef. It's probably funk on sight. It's probably gonna go up if she see me. You know what I mean? And this was what, 12 years ago, going on 13 years ago. It's probably still up if she see me. She probably got a picture on the wall at her crib that she be throwing darts at. Picture of me on her wall, she throw darts at. She probably doing, voodoo rituals on me and shit like that with my picture, you know what I mean? To try to heal me of this breath that I really don't have and she think is me. She probably got like a little voodoo doll that look like Freeze, man, that she doing spells on to get rid of this breath, you know? Dig this.
Nah. I've been stroking relentless to get waves like this. I spoke into existence for her to pay like this. In the trenches on a day like this, traffic consistent, and so I have to insist that she relay my chips. It's a trap with her name on it and my game on it. Any forces coming against this game, shame on it. Standing on my pimpin' from day one and remain on it. It carried me through every terrain and I gained on it. Experience joy and pain on it, sustained on it.
But getting back to this game that I never left.
Baby, yeah, where you been?